topic is the J.P. Morgan Healthcare Conference. So if you work in healthcare and healthcare finance, then you have to know about the J.P. Morgan Healthcare Conference because it is essentially the largest, most important conference for healthcare investors. This is where a lot of the money flows in healthcare happen. Now, it happens every January. It's in San Francisco, specifically at the Westin Hotel. And it's not a normal conference like you think of, like these things in Las Vegas. Okay, one, it's really for investors. Okay, it's an investor conference. It is by invitation only.
I'm going to talk about UnitedHealthcare. I am not going to talk about what happened to their CEO yesterday because I can't be honest about how I feel about it. And if I can't be honest, then I'm just not going to talk about it.
Okay, same guy who paid $22 million in ransomware because they didn't have the adequate security protections. When you're in the health space, bro. A family sued UnitedHealthcare November of last year, arguing that the company knowingly used artificial intelligence that was faulty. That's where this comes out of. It comes out of litigation, separate litigation, that they knowingly used faulty artificial intelligence to deny claims that were legitimate to increase profitability. That is a big deal. We all know, most people know, that insurance companies try to weasel out of things. That's why we have insurance contracts. That's why they define the term claim the way they define it. That's why they investigate the way they investigate. But this is very, very overt. Artificial intelligence tool with 90% inaccuracy. And it wasn't for plastic surgeries or optional surgeries. It's elderly people in care homes who are now getting booted out and liquidating assets to be able to cover and stay alive. That is sinister. That paints a very different picture of UnitedHealthcare, doesn't it not? Yeah. It's not just I'm a CEO trying to build above average returns for my shareholders. It's a sinister thing.
But I'm going to give you some facts about it because I work with insurance and people should know. People should know these things. So UnitedHealthcare, they own Optum Health, they own Change Healthcare. There's 158 subsidiaries underneath of UnitedHealthcare, some of which are overseas, and most of those are pharmaceutical services. So yes, they also are part of Big Pharma. So now they're insurance, Big Pharma. Change Healthcare. If you don't know what that is the service that processes the claims from the provider to the insurance company so the provider can get the pittance of money that the insurance company is going to pay them for their services that have been rendered. Earlier this year, Change Healthcare got hacked. It's almost been a year now. They still aren't completely back up and running. So when this happened, UnitedHealthcare, I know y'all think doctors sit on piles of cash. That's not how it works. They have to be getting the insurance money in on a regular basis to keep their money flow going. Well, when you can't send your claims in because Change Healthcare has been hacked and you can't mail it in and you have to go around all these, the doctors weren't getting paid. Their bank accounts were empty. So a lot of them were going under. So UnitedHealthcare went out and was like, hey, we can help you out. We'll buy your practice, your hospital, your urgent care. And they went and they bought them. So now they're insurance. Now they're pharmaceutical. Now they own the system that processes the claims. Now they own the providers that use their insurance. The providers are owned by UnitedHealthcare and getting paid from UnitedHealthcare claims. You know they're already in trouble with the DOJ already because of all of this. Like if this is not a monopoly, I don't know what is. So in 2023, their total revenue was $371.6 billion, 14.6% increase from 2022. And $22.4 billion in profit in 2023. They paid out $281.4 billion in claims in 2023. But let me tell you this, UnitedHealthcare is the main insurance for Medicare, Medicaid, and Obamacare plans. That is the main, is 29% enrollment is UnitedHealthcare under those three things. Those are all government-run healthcare systems. And UnitedHealthcare is the main insurer for all of them. don't know about you, but when a company decides to become that big, that they are now the doctor, they're the provider, they're the insurance company, they're the pharmaceutical company, they're the company that processes their own claims. They did a study, and UnitedHealthcare, by a 90% margin, denied more claims than any other insurance company on the market. And again, they are the highest enrollment for all of the government-run healthcare, Medicare, Medicaid, Obamacare. They deny, and then people die. People die.
He's allowed to be where he is, how he is, because of the system at play. A system, by the way, who didn't care about Brian either. Let's be honest about that. You know, because that man was headed to a meeting when he was murdered. And investors still had the meeting. That's how it works. They were getting notifications on their phone that Brian was outside, and they were like, ugh, so the minutes. How's next quarter looking? Did happen. Someone killed someone in cold blood. They just didn't kill an innocent man. Do you know what I mean? That's also what feels so conflicting about it. Like, a killer killed a killer. This dude was the CEO. A lot of people died under his watch, through his policy, through what United Health does. You know, there are a lot of people that are gone, and when you can see an act happen in real time, it's very easy to look at it, be shocked by it, and call it murder. When you can spread all of the culpability, when you can spread all of the actions across thousands of individuals and a whole system, now somehow it's nobody's fault. You know? And like, you look at someone like Brian Thompson, that CEO, that dude was, to himself probably, I'm assuming, just good at his job. It's his job to make the company money. I don't know what CEO, outside of maybe like a gun manufacturer, wakes up and wants people to die. Like, I don't know. I don't know what CEO wakes up. These CEOs, they work 80-hour weeks, and they don't see their families and everything, but they do it because of their obsession to succeed and to build up the company, to make the company successful, to give back to the shareholders, all the reasons they come up with. And if some people die along the way, then that sort of is what it is, right? But this dude, make no mistake, he was a killer. He was such a good killer that the company was like, damn, Brian. Damn, you cold-blooded. We need to make you CEO. Wow, you don't care. You don't care at all. Women, kids, you get them all. Wow, Brian. He got promoted the way a gang member becomes a leader, you know? You're the coldest one out here. Brian was just a representative, by the way. That dude just is one of the dudes. Nothing changed. He's one of the dudes. And he can be one of the dudes because the system's already there. So it's not as if doing anything to him does anything to the whole, right? I mean, I will say, I do think they rolled back that anesthesia thing. That did happen. Maybe they'll go through with it later, but for the time being, it seemed like they were like, ooh. I think for CEOs, that was like a terrifying moment, because it was the first time that they saw that we see them the way they see us. Do you know what I mean? That's gotta be scary. Because for them, make no mistake, for them, we're not clients, we're not consumers, we're not customers, we're not even users. None of the names that they put in their reports, none of the things that they say to their shareholders, we're numbers. We're an account number, we're this thing. Which is why when we go away, when we disappear, when we die, it doesn't really mean anything to them. Because they never really saw us. And then the response to this shooter, this like overwhelming positive response on social. I'm not saying it was everybody, but a lot of people, it was kind of this wake up call that we don't see them as people either.